Hey, hello, welcome. Good timing for that kick-in. Oh man, we made a few bucks here. Yoink, get in my pocket. I figured today we would do Max's stuff. We started doing all the Dark Astoria stuff, so let's just get the DA. We'll talk to Max. We'll do his missions. Maybe we only do the first one where we farm PPD or something. I don't know. But I'm kind of really enjoying just being back in the groove of doing story arcs instead of grinding mothership raids and hammy raids and all that. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Like, if you need rewards to get stuff, then you need rewards to get stuff, you know? There's Dark Astoria. It took me a second to find it. Oh, really? Streamer mode's not on yet. I am just going to have to reboot. It's supposed to kick in automatically when I open OBS, but it's just not. Flip the switch there. Oh yeah, now it works. Okay. It suddenly occurs to me I could have just called Max, and then we could teleport it to the mission door. You hear a familiar voice over the phone. It's Max, the man you rescued within Dark Astoria. Howdy, Tabez. Now, I should come clean with you. I think you deserve that. I mean, you'll figure things out anyway. Here's the deal. I have vast information on the Knights of Vengeance, including where their base is. Now, you might be wondering, how do I have that? You heard of a group called Malta? Of course you have. That was a joke. I know all about your involvement in stopping our projects. Now, you could say that I'm one of their representatives. Less of the shooting kind, more of the political subversion kind. Now, the Knives, what they were before the Gals were transformed, were a pocket group of Malta. Well, technically they were a cult that Malta hired. Won't get into the details of that. One day we simply lost all communication except for one SOS. We sent a team to investigate. It either meant the Knives were getting weaker or they were compromised. That team never returned. We checked the records on our Titans and saw the team was slaughtered by these so-called Knives of Vengeance. I'm sure you know Malta is fully equipped to deal with most superhuman situations. Oh yeah. However, the Praetorian invasion, and now this, has shown our technology has, for lack of a better word, become unsuitable for a situation at hand. Which is why I can talk to you. The Knives, as we know it, are gone. They were a Malta asset that has now gone rogue. It is partially our responsibility to handle them in a timely fashion. However, with this dark god business in Astoria, we have to take some extreme measures, like working with a super. Our intel shows that the Knives transform former members within their training grounds, located in discrete location in Tibet. Their base is well fortified and well filled with the monsters. It would be incredibly difficult for someone, even an incarnate class super like yourself, to get in there. He's kind of wrong. I've done this before. The only reason we're not going to jump right to the end of this is there's some kind of bug where if you just finish Max's arc, but you haven't done all his missions, he stays in your contact list right there. And I don't want that to happen again. 34 members of Malta, Gear, Falcon, Director 11, and Slinger all have detailed information on the training grounds. However, all of them are currently captured, and Malta is unable to recover them. Gear Falcon is being held by the Reichsman, Director 11 within the most secure part of the Zig, and the Slinger is somewhere in Arachno's custody. For each of them, they'll help you assault the training grounds in order to destroy the Knives of Vengeance once and for all. Malta wants this taken care of with or without the assets. We don't gain anything by having these monsters out further. I can get you to the training grounds whenever you want. It's just going to be, well, let's say we sent in our best men to take care of the situation. They were all killed. And that's when, in preparations for an attack by Malta, we had devices that could disable our Titans and any missile launches we attempted. It's your choice. You know, break our boys free and go in there with a full force, or be a cowboy and go in there alone. This character at normal difficulty would have no trouble rolling over that last mission. Alright, give me details in Director 11. Okay, he's the one in the Zig. So Director 11 originally created our dealings with the Knives. His knowledge of demolitions and on the foundations of their training grounds will prove extremely useful to the operation. That's all the details I know about his personality. I do have detailed information about his whereabouts, being kept in the secure part of the Zig. We have an agent on the inside who can slip you in. However, it's up to you to deal with the Paragon police that have been stationed there. From reports, they've all been powered up by, well, something. We're not sure what it is, but they took out some of our boys with ease. I'm sure this will be cathartic for you breaking into the deepest part of the Zig. I should worry about one last thing. Blue Steel sometimes patrols the area. Ever since the incident in Galaxy City, security around the prison has been upgraded tenfold. Even someone like you is going to have a hard time fighting Blue Steel alone. I ain't too worried about that. Just get down here. Team size, 8 sounds good. Hopefully, these PPD count for the badge. Otherwise, I'm going to be very disappointed. It's got to be in here. Here it is.
This is Junior Constable Cactus. I've caught up with the civilian freighter and I'm on approach.
This is the Assault Android Cactus soundtrack. It's a great game. I played a lot of this on stream several years ago. Working to S+ the whole thing, and I think I eventually did S+ the whole thing, but I didn't finish it off on stream. It took me way too long. It took a couple years of trying off and on to get the last... Actually, the last boss wasn't so bad. It was the mission before that against, what's his name, Licorice, that really just kicked my butt.
This is the Cactus. There's no way on board.
I think I see an opening.
Yep, and her opening is, what if I crash my ship into the other ship? Pretty typical rogue,
It's okay, folks.
rogue operation.
Commence being calm.
Okay, let's just keep rolling here. I've never liked that the... Why does PPD have robots and Keldians? Well, they have robots, because these are guys in power armor. They're not actually robots. And then these are just PPD Keldian cops. Like, they've got a very big recruitment program. Every Keldian in the planet is here, on the team. You may be impressed with their recruiting efforts. I know I am. Hi, Ryu Long. Oh no, they don't count? These PPD don't count. Why don't these guys count for the badge? I'm so mad. I always assumed these guys counted for the badge. Alright, whatever. Guess we won't be farming this mission. We'll just plow... I mean, we're gonna do what I was gonna do anyway, which is just plow through this mission. I figure we're gonna fight at least 100 in here like this. Man, I'm gonna have to go farm the frickin' flip-flaps. All those stupid mayhems. Ugh. It does say Paragon Police up at the top, right? Like, I'm not hallucinating this. I'm so completely, bitterly disappointed at this moment in time. I'm just... Oh, man. You have no idea how grumpy I'm feeling right now. Also, why don't they have the psychic cops at this level? Or like the dudes that are like the SWAT guys with all the special stuff. Like, an acid mortar at this level would be really great for them to have. Those things are nasty. Paragon devs, let me revise the PPD for you. I'll make the enemy group so much better. I'll also come in here and fix whatever's wrong with him not counting for the badge, because these are clearly PPD officers. It says so. Oops, Chaldeans. Lol, JK. Yeah. Is there some other high-level mission aside from a mayhem that's full of PPD? Oh, yeah, some of the stuff we kind of blitz through, like the ones with the books and stuff from the television. I can't get that mission back. Gotta think about this a little bit.
The ship's entire robot workforce is out to get us. We've been fighting to survive ever since.
It's okay, Cactus. I believe in you. We got multiple dudes taunting us, so our aggro's just pinging around, man. So this is what the AI feels like when you got like multiple tanks on a team.
Section lords can't take over ships. The Corps stopped responding 3 days ago. Someone, lead the way. Who in their right mind would expect...
Alright, you need to quit hitting me with the nausea bomb. That's obnoxious, dude. Get the frick over yourself with the poison bombs.
My name's Cactus.
Experience that with Sir Bedweir's art. Oh, you're gonna have to be... You're gonna have... I've already forgotten what I said. Are you talking like enemies that should count but don't? Because I've kind of lost the plot here amidst all the enemy taunts. Oh, yeah. I didn't crank up the spawn right. Dude, that one mission where you fight Pendragon in that duel, I didn't realize that both of us standing next to all those knights was going to result in both of us getting a huge defense buff. We stood there for minutes just whiffing at each other. It was a hoot. Like, I wouldn't recommend it as an experience for somebody to go do. But, like, that was just a blast. Like, I don't know why we were both getting that passive buff, but we sure were. And it just resulted in that fight just going and going and going. I enjoyed it. After I figured out what was going on, it was very frustrating before that. Once I figured out what was going on, it's like, oh, this is so silly, lol JK, because I think I just moved away or something. Because I needed like a second to like eat some candy or whatever. Like, I don't remember exactly why. But it was like, okay, well, here we go. And And then suddenly he started hitting me, and I started hitting him. I don't spend too much time looking at the top right of the screen. Like, I'm usually like, look at orange number. Orange number good. Me like orange number. But I should have seen it. Like, I totally should have just looked up and seen it. So it's on me. I feel like a goofy goober, but it was fun too. It's amazing, right? After like 20 years, sometimes this game can still surprise me. And in a good way. These guys are kind of obnoxious to fight, aren't they? Come on, director. In fact, I think I'm just going to walk out the door with you, dude. Just keep coming. I don't really feel a need to fight the rest of these guys because they cannot get me the badge. Did he get stuck? Is he considered captured now for some reason? You didn't say anything, you nerd. Fine. Yeah, he's blue and not green, so we must have to take all these nerds out. Let's get in the corner. Now he says, I don't have a visual on you. I actually like the Eternal Prison having, like, solid flat black walls, and you have to use the cues of the paths on the floor or whatever. Like, just as a one-off mission like that, I don't mind. If they did that all the time, I'd get pissed off about it. But it helps kind of sell the otherworldliness of it. Bruh, you guys just need to chill, alright? One, there's not enough of you here to stop me. Two, I'm leaving with this nerd. Oh, those guys heal? Wait, are those guys just reskinned, like, Mastermind Protector bots? So that's what that felt like. Get over here, Director 11. We're done. Man, Blue Steel's not even an EB. Sorry, we're gonna go kill this guy to stop the puke animation. That is the dumbest thing. Homie can't actually mez me or anything, but I still get the puke animation. You need to go away. Represent the law in Paragon. Tabez, I'm here to protect the people. Scum like you in Malta. I don't care if you are incarnate. I will not back down. Yeah, you know what? You broke the Clockwork King's spine and caused his career of evil, so you got that going for you, buddy. Okay. Max Mission 1 down. We are not going to play with that many enemies in any of the rest of these. Great work, Director 11 is safe and sound and already a plan set for attacking the base. You mentioned wanting to get some vengeance on those Praetorians, but he's assured us that operations will come afterwards. Hey, at least we're not going after you, right? Not that we would anytime soon, given your display of power. So that's setting up, I guess. Is that actually like... Apex and Tin Mage take place after Dark Astoria, not before? That feels weird. Right? Because it feels like Dark Astoria is supposed to take place like after TPN before the Underground? Or well before Dilemma Diabolique, which is before Underground, I think? Interesting. You know what saying you need to change to stop the water? I don't know, man. I got most of this stuff cranked up. Are you sure it's not like the shadows are interacting with the water in a weird way? Maybe if you turn advanced shadows off? I don't know. I am not the person to get into that, but it sounds like you're having trouble with transparencies. Yeah. Your Falcons are field operatives, but he's known for always going in and getting them out of a bad situation when it's called for. The whole business with Reichsman, he was captured again by 5th Column soldiers. We have reason to believe that it's Reichsman self-leading the group that apprehended him. Our intelligence reports indicate Reichsman is trying to rebuild his empowerment machine after the disaster that was his first attempt at an invasion. We have a location on where Gear Falcon's being held, however, it won't be easy to recover him. If we have him, however, it will be useful. Or you need to bite a bullet. I mean, that seems extreme. This game came out in 2004, and it seems like any modern graphics card should be able to just absolutely slaughter it. There's a massive attack by members of 5th Column to release Reichsman some time ago. It looks like he had backup plan in event of his defeat. Anyway, the main difficulty will be from the presence of Reichsman in the base, and reports of empowered 5th Column members entering the base. Although our spies went silent afterwards. Alright, well that's nice. I like it when their spies go silent afterwards. You know, they encountered a timeline thing. Apex and Image aren't listed. Yeah, I don't know where they're supposed to fit in, because Apex is like super early in the invasion, right? And Tin Mage is us hitting back. I guess they actually take place kind of chronologically far apart. Huh. We're just, here we go, cutscene. Oh, Requiem, I just want you to be this powerful. Okay, so this takes place after Who Will Die. So the empowered enemies... that implies the empowered enemies that we're seeing are a result of the next signature arc, the Pandora's Box. So Who Will Die in Pandora's Box supposed to take place before Pretoria? Okay. There's a lot of story arcs in this game, man. You know, it never really made sense that the bad guys would side with this guy right here. Because he's not from this world. They should have no allegiance, and yet they instantly all had allegiance to him. Like, it just baffled me. Unless there's been like a multi-year secret contact between our Earth and the one where they won the war. Hold on. Incarnate timeline is Bath, Lambda Keys underground. Okay, so that means Apex and Tin Mage have to take place before that, because Tin Mage is when we first strike back, right? So that should be before Bath and Lambda. Or maybe Tin Mage fits in right after Lambda? Before we go fight Raymond Keys at his reactors? Because it seems like we wouldn't hit the capital of Neutropolis until we've already beaten up, you know, like disabled the weapon like the military base at Lambda. We're probably thinking about this too hard, aren't we? Here, Falcon's back in action. Seems we'll have to keep our eyes on the fifth column. Once again, if Requiem is taking full control. His first was explaining powered fifth column we heard about. Oh, I guess because Requiem was in Cimarora and weak and stuff, because he got defeated there and he wasn't back yet. And that's how the big bad statesman took over? Maybe. Number 6 feels straight up after Magisterium to me. Because with number 6, you're like trying to reclaim like a colony of free space after everything is over. Like, I think that's the last one in the storyline right there. I've got our boys to rescue Tabez, or you can skip straight to the end if you're thinking you can cowboy. Yeah, let's do the Slinger. Slinger's one of the best engineers to ever join Malta. To be honest, things haven't been the same without him, but I won't go on about that. He was involved in an operation involving Arachnos, a Project Fury's theoretical technology. Arachnos was pretty idiotic to think they could hire Malta out as mercenaries and not expect us to take anything back from them. The tech Slinger made was brilliant. It was called the Arrestus Rifle. It was designed to nullify magical artifacts that were connected to Well Furies, and we have reason to believe that the knives are in possession of such an item. Fortunately, Slinger was defeated by a group of villains, subsequently imprisoned by Arachnos. We reports that he's working on a project that Recluse seeks to use to empower not only himself, but his chosen. We've got to move forward his goal, to use technology to circumvent the Well of Furies. The project involves the Empowerment Machine. Quick and dirty of it is that he used it to absorb power from other versions of himself in the ensuing chaos of his initial invasion. The machine was destroyed. The reality of the situation, however, is that Black Scorpion managed to recover some of the blueprints. The one person who can fill in the blanks is our man Slinger. From what we can tell, Recluse plans on using to absorb the power of incarnate supers to spread throughout his army. Well, he actually already has done that. The Arachno soldiers that are guarding that device have already been empowered by it. Oh no. We've also received word the Black Scorpion is there as well, and that the Slinger has upgraded his armor to go toe-to-toe with incarnates. We can inside the facility, but from there, it's up to you to get inside, rescue Slinger, yawn, and yada yada. Oh man, sorry for yawning at you. It is kind of late here. That's why this is a short stream tonight. Short stream, please, sir. May I have another? Alright, we go up here to the big room, we go down the 2 side paths, we beat some arbiters, we get a key, we go downstairs, we beat more people up, yada yada. There's nothing we haven't done here before. Well, hello, advertisement. Okay. One arbiter's going to be down this way. Say. We represent the true might of Arachnos, but there are those who can still face off against us. Ah, such as Tabez, prepare yourselves! Yeah, I don't think that really worked out for you, buddy. Let's not let Recluse down. You've walked to your doom. Have I now? Man, I really enjoyed number 6's arc. Oh yeah, I got my rare lore and destiny. So they all con low to me. So this is an incarnate mission, so I am 50 plus 3 here. So even though they're level 51, they're still 2 levels lower than my effective level. Ah, this is great. My armor feels more powerful. So you're that chump, huh? No, this is incarnate content, so you get all your incarnate buffs. Like you don't just get your the alpha's level shift. You get the incarnate shifts in this stuff. All the Dark Astoria arcs are like that. It was like this all the way back on live. Which was actually a really miserable experience to incarnate because there were cooldown timers on these arcs. So you couldn't just plow through them and over again to get stuff. We need to blow this thing up. I agree. I'll step away and let you do the honors. I probably should have read all of his text, but frankly, I just want to blow this up. Hey, let's take some damage and farm the damage badge. How many seconds do we have to stand here? Here we go. A lot of seconds. Or we're not. This isn't even counting art for the damage badge. Oh, is this because there used to be a bug where if you had I don't know if it still is. If you had like a plus 10 HP or whatever, you didn't get credit for damage that didn't take you below that. I don't know if that's still the case. It seems like I should be getting some damage here. Yeah, 0.444444 points of damage. Like, that should be adding up. We should have seen this move slightly, and it hasn't. Let me turn everything off. Oh, now it is counting. So if it's below 1, so if each of the ticks is below 1, it doesn't count. Interesting. I didn't know that. Now I do. We made an experiment. Alright, Max, let's do your last mission, bro. So he's back in safe house, being debriefed of the situation. He believes that he can create what he calls an Arrestus field to help in the fight against the Knives of Vengeance. Great, I love it. We got our boys to rescue, or you can, yep. Alright, let's go. I'm ready to fight. This isn't going to be easy by a long shot, but it's the only shot we've got. Knives artists made their home in a dojo out in the middle of nowhere. Motagos Mopawa, you are correct. Whoever's let their old cold-blooded killer selves are gone, replaced by, well, cold-blooded killers who are monsters. There's a distinct difference. Transportation to the area will be arranged. All you need to worry about is ripping out whoever or whatever's in the heart of the Knives of Vengeance. No problem. I'm going to bring everything you got on this one. When here, it's going to be a huge blow against Mott. All I can do at this point is wish you good luck because I won't waste more words on the situation. Yes, YouTube, I want to keep listening to the music that I queued up to listen to. What is wrong with websites? Like, are you sure you want to keep doing the thing that you clearly chosen to do? YouTube, just serve me some advertisements in the background or something. It'll be fine. Remember the old ads on YouTube where they would pop up like a little text box thing at the bottom of the video with like an interesting sounding advertisement, like, you know, have cheese for $5. And it was like, oh man, I could go for some cheese. Tabez, I'm Olympian 29, waiting for Cole's Olympian Guard. I'm here on behalf of Praetor Duncan. We believe that a woman we were tracking named Diabolique is within this facility. However, determined this to be an extremely dangerous area. I would suggest that you and I join together. I'm here strictly to recover Diabolique and not hamper your efforts. I don't know if I can trust you, because you're both after the same thing in a sense. Duncan believes Diabolique's presence has something to do with the town's vengeance appearing. Emperor Cole himself has ordered Praetor Duncan and myself to get to the bottom of this. The Emperor has no desire to see Primal Earth destroyed by a god of death. Praetor Duncan's in a safe location within Primal Earth. Yeah, she's partying. Lucia's getting so high right now. Having one of her weird parties. Alright, let's work together. We are promptly going to abandon these two guys and run straight to the end of this. Now, we could fight our way through this, and it would not be hard for us, but we're not going to. Now, if you don't have whichever one of these guys, Director Levin, on your side, then you actually need to pay attention to what you're doing. Because when you get up to here, you're supposed to stay on the carpet, okay? Here's the entrance. So, from this area on, the carpeted path is the one that does not result in ambushes. If you go some other way, there are ambushes. There's a carpet. Is that the way we're supposed to go? However, yeah, as he's telling his fellow that rug, you'll get through there, no fuss. However, we have Director Levin here, so he just blows all the ambushes up. Problem solved. However, the rug is in fact the correct way to go, so you might as well just follow it and get through the area and get all the way right here with the Karas. That is the boss. The set of mines went off. The rest of the field is active. It'll stop it from healing up. Finish off. Alright. And so, with the power of Malta, we are unstoppable. It's good to know that Malta's useful. We will just set some bombs here, and that will be wunderbar. The Carriers was more like a Valkyrie analog, I thought. But, you know, whatever. They're like goddesses of death. The Furies are a whole nother ball of wax. I think they're related, aren't they all like Nyx's children or something like that? Try to call Max, only receive a message that the number has been disconnected. It seems that destruction of the knives vaults are no longer in communication with you. You do, however, receive a message on your communicator from Operator Duncan. Remember Living 29's comment, which is that the talents of vengeance seem to be here because of Diabolique. She had some connection to Mott. You have to see what Operator Duncan knows on the matter, as this can either bring you one step closer or into a trap set by the Praetorians. Now that the business is done with Tabez, Max can continue with his regular work for Malta. See Max's story. Max has fulfilled the task he was assigned. And we got the game over music playing while I'm doing this. Max has fulfilled the task that was assigned to him. Eliminate the rogue knives of vintage using any means necessary, even if it means working with Tabez. As soon as the task was finished, Max received information on his next assignment. Resume his identity as a colonel within the Vanguard. Infiltrate one of the bases located in Siberia. Freaking Max, can't believe they give you a lawyer contact and don't end the arc by letting you shoot him. Hey, wow. Wow, Ninja. The director in charge of Praetorian Conflict has confirmed Cole has no intention of recovering Battle Maiden not when she disobeyed a direct order and attacked the center of the city instead of a military target. Max's mission is to recover Battle Maiden's halberd, and if he can manage it, Battle Maiden herself. Malta will then work with her to improve the technology in order to better handle incarnate-powered threats. Oh, because we're just a little android. Max accepts the mission and heads off to handle the situation in Siberia. He'll assume his role as Colonel Vanderby, a decorated and honored member of the Vanguard, who will fight in the Second Richter War and has earned several medals for bravery in the field. Okay, teleporter, impervium, ready to be shut, yada yada. Let's go. All progeny and Nyx, I thought so. Greek mythology has that interesting split between like 4 generations of deities. You know, because there's like the Uber, like Uranos and Gaia. And then underneath that, there's Kronos and his kids. So you got like all the Titans and stuff. But then Kronos begets all the Olympians, because Kronos is one of the original Titans. Then there's the Giants, who try to overthrow the Olympians on behalf of their mother Gaia. And then you've got like the weird chthonic stuff on the side too, which is where Nyx and all those come in. Like they're from a whole different like mythology that got subsumed into Greek mythology. And then on top of that, you got like Ovid's take on this stuff too, which draws directly from Egyptian mythology. So that's where, oh shoot, I forgot his name. The protagonist of Hades. Like that's where he comes from, really, is like that tradition. Where he gets like dismembered and eaten by the Titans and stuff. Which is Zagreus, thank you. Which, that's like a direct retelling of, that's what happens to Osiris, isn't it? All the other, all the older gods like dismember him, and then like his wife is like, oh man, you have a big wang, and then we started building obelisks in honor of that because they used his wang to bring him back to life. Wow, that name of that goddess is a bad word apparently. Anyway, in Ovid's tradition of Greek mythology, he just ports that story right over from Egyptian mythology into Greek mythology. What do you want, worm? You're not one of the strong who best me in battle? Then you deserve to be within my sight. Cold Pretoria shall return for me, and then I shall take delight in crushing you and your pathetic army. What? You've been betrayed by Cole. I cannot say I'm surprised. He lacks the will to do what must be done. To send fear into your enemies. Your group, Malta, will give me freedom if I agree to utilize my nanites in your favor. Ha! That's supposed to be an interesting venture. It's more interesting than where I currently am. If it means getting out of here, then yes, we have an agreement, Colonel Vanderby. I accept your terms and swear to help your organization become true warriors. Right. Yeah, let's get you out of here. Wada-bada-bada-bada, nanite woman. I'm just a little android. And she's laying on the floor. Man, that's rough. Alright, well that does it. That is Max's arc finished. I am going to pop back into Oro. And I know I said it was a short stream, and I mean it. That's it, guys. got work in the morning, but I wanted to get a little more City Heroes done tonight. So read along, Ninja Weasel, whoever's been out there lurking. Thank you so much. You all have a good evening, a good night. Sleep well, and let me finish toggling up here before I finish that thought. Sleep well, and I hope to see you again next time. Of course, tomorrow, Monday, me and Stella will be doing something multiplayer. I'm not quite sure what yet. I just sell all this stuff. Like, why not? Look at that. We just made a couple $100. Money right there into my pocket. And let me see if anybody I know is streaming on Twitch. Middy's playing Magic. Oh, hey, you know what? I want to pop in on Lookin' Toad. He's a Mega Man speedrunner, so it's completely unrelated to this. But I always like, whenever he's streaming, man, I like to pop in there and say hi because he needs a little bit of that. I'm surprised it's still a thing to be flagged considering they haven't been a political entity in years. You know, once words make it onto the naughty word list, I don't think they ever come off. Anyway, you all have a good night.